Should have done this before I went live, but you know what? That's how I do it. You want professionalism? Go somewhere else. Happy Saturday night, everyone. Earl Skakel in the Earlverse. Thank you very much. I would like to what is this? What is my rest in peace, Dave Parker. The Cobra, long live the Cobra. This, yes, for looking clean, mean, lean, and clean. The Kip Cast is in the house. Just a nice Saturday night stream. It's hot here in Los Angeles. Very hot. It's about 90, maybe even hotter at 7:03 in the PM. So that's why I'm drinking the 7 energy drinks. Some good old water. But yes, Dave Parker passed away today, and the bummer is he's going in the Hall of Fame in 1 month. Yeah. I mean, I tried to. I mean, the Dabbleverse is really popping, but we will not be talking about that shit in here. Jake Paul fighting tonight. I didn't even know that. I mean, he's usually fighting someone he can beat. So, what is the drama? I'm not aware of the drama. What up, Rudy Baga? Oh, the Underverse. Yeah, I tried to watch that video, but or the stream covering the video, and I don't know. I just don't find Joey C very interesting, to be honest with you. So, you know, my brother. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I mean, it was kind of it almost seemed a little staged. I would try a Jocko energy drink. I mean, he seems to be the type that would have a quality product. He wouldn't just like have some bad product. I've never been to Kiss mini golf inside the Rio. I don't really go to Vegas a lot. I don't like Vegas at all, to be honest with you. So, I mean, the last time I was in Vegas was for Hackamania. The last time before that, was a couple years. So yeah, I just I don't drink, I don't smoke. I rarely gamble. I mean, I do bet a little bit of hockey and the ponies, if you will. But outside of that, MLC's still not live. Well, I mean, I certainly don't want to take you guys away from that. I'm sure Kevin will be on fire tonight. So, you know, this is, like others have said, a palate cleanser, an alternative. This is a preseason hockey game for those who aren't interested in watching the Super Bowl, if you will. So, as popular as the Super Bowl is, there's a few people who don't like football. So, they want to watch something else. And here we are. And I don't do those multi-hour streams. No, thank you. So I hope you guys enjoyed last night's stream. It was a stroll on the Sunset Strip. You got to show me the money, honey, for me to take my top off. I mean, we ain't at Bob's Classy Lady in Van Nuys. 100% Baga. 100%. Yes, Comedy Store royalty. The king of the Saturday night close. So I appreciate that, Moses. Okay, I mean, I didn't even know there was a Major League Rugby. So, no, I don't know. I don't think I will have a dog for a bit after Lois. I think I'll, I don't know, wait till I get home. So they can have a little yard. So what up, Mac Ryan in the house? I'm gonna be a sad camper. What up, Richard Quiche? Yeah, I mean, it never gets easy. Oh, thank you, Leilani. It's the Brandon Flowers cut. That compliment is sufficient for all caps. You had a dream. Your dog passed last night, Moses. Well, if that's the case, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's always tough to, I've been slowly preparing myself for Lois, but, she could go, I think, realistically, another 2 years. I mean, we did an hour walk today. She was totally fine. So, you never know. I try not to think about it too much, but I mean, it's going to happen one day. But, she still eats very good. And, she doesn't go in the house. She waits till we go outside. So, well, it's unconditional. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, the love is unconditional. They don't care how much money you have or don't have. They just want you to take care of them. I mean, their sole purpose is to eat and sleep and go potty. So, I mean, the last dog I had, Annie, the German Shepherd, that was tough, and I only had her for 9 months. Shout out to Philip Seymour Hoffman. Okay, I don't know what to say to that, but all right, cool. Welcome aboard. We're gonna call you SD. SD1 in the house. I believe you are new to the stream, so please hit the like and subscribe button at your leisure. so Earl can crack the algorithm. I'm doing my best. The way Annie passed away was awesome. I mean, I was watching, what up, Ambrose? I was watching the World Series. She got up from her favorite spot on the couch. She kissed my hand and then fell asleep right by the stairs. Just fell asleep. Didn't make a sound, didn't yelp. And then I went to take her for a walk, and her eyes were open, and I slowly put it together. And then this is on a Friday night at like 11 p.m. So luckily, the foundation I work with, the LaBelle Foundation, I can call the owner 24/7, and she was very helpful. So no, it's all good. I mean, listen, I'd rather talk about dying dogs than Joey C. or Ashley Cummins. Uh, who did better at hiding Sting's bald spots? AEW for sure, 100%. That's a fact, Jack. Dylan. And Sting, when he does autograph signings now, he doesn't color his hair much, so it's pretty white. It's weird to see it. Now we got All In Texas coming in 2 weeks, I think, from today. Um, oh, okay. I mean, I have been told that. It's not quite Philip Seymour Hoffman Boogie Nights, but what up, Eddie Siciliano? Um, I did not take that as an insult, but you know, there are some eras of Philip Seymour Hoffman that it would not be considered a compliment to be told you look like him. But that's okay. I mean, we all look like someone. I mean, when I had long curly hair, I was told that I looked like a gay Michael Bolton. So, yeah, I mean, that Sting RoboCop match was is a little on the redonkulous side, but pretty funny. I mean, when you think about it, just the fact that the announcers, the wrestlers had to act like RoboCop was a real person. And poor Sid, Sid had to cut his very first promo, um, being in the Four Horsemen, acting like he was fighting RoboCop. So Sid's tenure in the Four Horsemen was doomed from the start. To be frank, doomed. It was doomed from the start. See what I did there? I mean, I think my voice is a little deeper than Philip Seymour Hoffman's, but you know, excuse me, I often get told I sound and I guess look a little bit like Phil Hartman. So, well, the funny thing is, if you look at both the Shockmaster segment and RoboCop, Sid saved both. Because if you watch Capital Combat, which is the pay-per-view that RoboCop was on, I don't think anyone in WCW figured that, oh, well, RoboCop's going to take a minute to get to the stage or to the ring because, he can't really walk fast. And Sid was really the only one that fucking stayed in character. And the same thing with Shockmaster. Sid was like the only one who wasn't like laughing. Um, so, well, I do tend to speak through my mouth and not through my nose. Um, but Sid like held it together. And even in the RoboCop promo, which he's like, "You RoboCop, I'm 6'9", 320 pounds. I am the real man of steel and the NWA, so you better learn to like it." You got Barry Windham. He's like blasted. Arn Anderson looked like he was fucked up. Flair's coked up. Nancy Benoit, who was the manager of them at the time, woman, She looks like she's gacked out. Ole Anderson, I don't know. He looks just, I don't know, just like a mean old guy. So, that's one of my favorite promos because Barry Windham's like fucking wasted. Arn Anderson's talking about the Washington D.C. being the myrtle capital of the world. I'm sure Washington loved that promo. Flair's coked up beyond out of his mind and had it's a weird era for Ric Flair. It was like the ponytail era. So, but still a fun promo to watch. Yes, Ric Flair might have done cocaine, and there are reports online that he goes around Tampa area bars and like goes doo doo in his pants. Oh, so nasty. What happened to my idols? That's why I don't want to meet most of them. It's just too depressing. But I will say Ric Flair was nice. Yeah, those Hogan. But you know what? We still talk about the Warrior promos. Everyone sits there and says how bad he was at promos, but he wasn't that bad at them. You know. So, oh, interesting, Gavin House. Interesting. You ever meet Al Franken? I never have. He's a Midwest East Coast guy, so I don't believe he might be passed at the Comedy Store. I don't know if he did stand up per se. So, um, what up, Iris? What up? Always a pleasure to see you in the stream. So, that's an interesting. I know Michael Keaton is a paid regular at the Comedy Store. So, um, hold on here. But I've never met him. I would love to meet Michael Keaton because that would be my end. I'll give you guys a side view here of, hey, Mr. Keaton. I'm a paid regular too. And he'd probably be like, okay, great. Not that big of a deal. Who's jacked as fuck? Michael Keaton? For his age, I think. For sure. But it is kind of cool that, his name is on the wall at the Comedy Store. That's pretty cool, I think. Mr. Mom was the first time I made out with a girl in a movie theater. I'll never forget. And this girl was quite aggressive, so it kind of, I'll never forget. Where was it? I believe it was in the balcony. No, I do not, Moses. Donald Trump and his face. I don't know what that means. Michael Keaton from Pittsburgh, big Steeler fan. So am I, baby. What up, John? Yeah. Wrestling. I do love the trash talk, and we'll try a new angle right here. Get the EA. It's in my name. So, yeah. I'm sure Michael Keaton's excited about Aaron Rodgers manning the quarterback position for the Steelers. I like the promos, which I guess you would say would be the trash talking. Norm all the way. I'm not a big Louis C.K. fan. I know it's sacrilege, but, Norm is just, I think, on another level, in my opinion. So, I just enjoy Norm Macdonald more. But, if you like, oh yeah, it's a sad day for all pirate fans, and I mean, Dave Parker was, I don't know why he isn't talked about more in terms of one of the greatest baseball players of all time. When you think about, two-time batting champion, MVP, two-time World Series champion. And what's really amazing about him was that, he did all this with two bad knees. Um, so, yeah, I mean, to me, it's the greatest throw in baseball history. But the funny thing is, he had another throw in that game where he threw out someone going to third. It wasn't quite as good, but right up there. So, I mean, Dave Parker really, I would say, along with maybe Willie Mays, Roberto Clemente, which is ironic because he basically took over for Clemente. One of the first five-tool players, like could run, could hit, could field, hit for power, hit for average. Um, I mean, some people argued against him being in the Hall of Fame because his prime was relatively short. But, you know, in that prime, which I would say 77 to 81, there's no one better, not even close. So, yeah, and I didn't even think about playing on that fucking concrete turf. Um, but just the fact that I think he had knee surgery on both knees from high school football. And can you imagine how shitty the surgeries were in the 70s? Um, so, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate he had to wait this long to get into the Hall. It'll be interesting to see who goes in, who stands in for him. Um, just. And, he was pretty good after his prime. I mean, he was real good in Cincinnati. He's good in Oakland, where he won his second World Series. He was even pretty decent when he was with the Angels in Milwaukee. Um, so I've never seen that movie with David Bowie, to be honest with you. Oh, I thought you were going to say, what are the odds Bolivia banged a guy? Or what are the odds Bolivia banged Dave Parker? Probably pretty high. Um, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, I had to kick out Bill Madlock out of my gym once, the gym that I worked at, because he was behind on his dues. I've never been so um, embarrassed in my life. I'm like, hey, Mr. Matlock. Uh, uh, and I blamed it on the manager. Yes, Jarson gets it. I can't believe Jim Hopper walked in on an ambush. I don't believe he did. They never left here. I can't find a single track. Um, I think, what hurt Dave Parker ultimately was the cocaine trial. I mean, apparently he was one of the, I guess you'd say, main players in the Pittsburgh locker room in terms of cocaine. Yeah, prime Jennifer Connelly. I mean, she's pretty hard to beat. But if you're gonna hold it against Parker for doing coke in the late '70s, I mean, come on, man. You wouldn't have a Hall of Fame if you were gonna say, okay, if you did coke or you dealt it, you're not gonna be in the league. Um, so thank you, Jarson. I do my best. I try and be a loyal soldier to you guys. Sometimes it's tough. Um, oh, who was she supposed to replace in Heathers? Yes, Ross. Just like me. Strap this on your sore ass, Blaine. Let me see what I could see her. I was gonna say. I could see her being the Shannon Doherty um, character, but I'm not really a big. I haven't seen Heathers in my God a long time. So, whew, man, I haven't seen My God, it's been 20 years since I've seen that movie. Did the store's green room have mirror tables in the 80s? The main room still has the same mirrored piano table. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Lance Armstrong wasn't the only one cheating, and if you're going to get rid of Dave Parker for doing cocaine in the 70s, then you're going to have to get rid of Ferguson Jenkins out of the hall. You're going to have to get rid of, half the fucking players in the Hall of Fame who got in from that era. You know, now apparently Parker's role was a little more prominent than some, but like, come on, man. He paid us. He should have been in the Hall of Fame 10 years ago. I mean, when they started putting guys like Ted Simmons in, and like nothing against Ted Simmons, but like if you're starting, if we're playing a fantasy game right now, and you could pick any player in their prime to start a franchise, who are you going to pick first? Ted Simmons or Dave Parker? Come on, man. Yeah, I mean, and all the cheating, and I mean, baseball is really probably the most cheated sport ever. I mean, hell, even the league juiced the balls so there could be more home runs in the dead ball era. I mean, Gaylord Perry spitballs, Don Sutton doctored baseballs. George Brett with the bat. Do you think George Brett was the only one putting pine tar in his bat? Just George Brett was the only one who got caught. I mean, Ty Cobb is a racist. I mean, we could go on and on. You think Pete Rose was the only one who gambled on baseball? Shit. Dave Parker was a phenomenal player and graced my younger days of watching baseball. Yeah, I mean, have you ever been into auto racing? I mean, I used to watch the Indy 500 a lot, like AJ Foyt era. Um, but I'm sure players are cheating now. Um, you know, so my point was, I don't know why Dave Parker was held to such a fucking high standard. You know, that's why I don't care about the steroid era. You think Barry Bonds was the only one using steroids? Now with him, it was weird because when he came into the league, he looked like Roger from What's Happening, and when he came out of the league, he looked like the Thing. Uh, I mean, I don't know how you could fix it. Gummo. I mean, he played in the games. I don't know how that was fixed. So, the look new, the league. The league. Oh, 100%. And Palmero and who was it? Biggio, was it? Wasn't he in that group? Just found out. Yeah, I remember Ozzie Canseco. So I never really, you know, understood why certain players um, were held to a higher standard than others. I mean, Pete Rose, that was a weird one because he kind of flaunted it in the league's face by denying it. It's like, bro, we've got all the receipts. Just admit to it. Say you messed up. Say you never bet on the Reds to lose, and you're good. I mean, we know what you did. We've got all the betting slips. So I don't think he helped his own cause there. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, they say Tim Raines would take a bump in the little hallway behind the dugout. So, um, now, I mean, I don't really want to know about Kevin Costner fucking his wife. Um, I mean, yeah, but you know what? It's no guarantee about the Dodgers. I saw the Angels sweep them a couple weeks ago, so it's too bad the Angels don't have Otani this year. I mean, they need one more guy to like. They've got Trout. That number 12 guy is pretty good, but if they had Otani, um, yeah, I'm not going to that shit. I mean, I kind of want to see Jake E. Lee play with Ozzy again. That'd be pretty cool because that breakup was, acrimonious to say the least. But, the last few times I've seen Ozzy, it hasn't been great, to be frank. So, that's I'm not flying across the Atlantic Ocean to watch that shit. I mean, it's going to be literally Weekend at Bernie's style. So, I mean, Ozzy was shot 10 years ago. I mean, I remember seeing Ozzy on the No More Tears tour. He was fucking pretty rough. And that's 92. So, Jake did get shot, but apparently I saw him posing for pictures last, what, week or 2 weeks ago with Stephen Piercy and Warren DeMartini in Vegas, and he looked pretty good. So, and I saw him, I don't know what, 5, 6 years ago at the Whiskey. I mean, he looked a little rough, but he can still play. You know, that has not left him. So, um, you know, hopefully, I mean, Ozzy is like, it's going to be teleprompter city. But, seeing him and Jake, I mean, he and Jake, I don't think have played since 87, so almost 40 years. So that's pretty iconic. I wish it was in LA. I might go if it was in LA, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's a nice group there. I mean, I mean Van Halen's obviously arguably the goat, but I'm a DeMartini guy. And if you look at that Salt Lake City '84 show with Ozzy and Jakey Lee on the electronic guitar, it's on YouTube, the full show, because MTV filmed it for a concert. I mean, that's prime Jakey Lee. I mean, very few were better. I think I saw that in Irvine Meadows. And he was shot then, and that's what, almost 20 years ago. So, I just want to remember Ozzy for, the '80s Ozzy that I saw. I don't want to see him anymore. That TV show, The Osbournes, it fucking ruined him. It made him look like a complete imbecile. He went from the Prince of Darkness to not even knowing how to operate the fucking remote control of the TV set. Very exploitive. But they made a lot of money. So, yeah, I mean, Lee, he was pretty faithful to the Randy Rhoads songs, but he gave them his own spin. But, I always thought that, after Randy Rhoads, it's just everyone in that guitar slot was not Randy Rhoads and the fans. But what can you do? He died. Like, and Jake. I mean, Brad Gillis before Jake. Hell, even the guy from Whitesnake, Bernie T. I mean, he just wasn't the right fit, but I'll give him credit because Sharon didn't want Ozzy at home. She wanted him on the road, so they just fucking, hey, we know your best buddy died. Get out there. But I've heard Randy was going to leave the band pretty soon, so they've always kind of, I think, over hyped how love was flowing between Ozzy and Randy. I think. Oh, thank you, Cushion. It's high and tight, as they say. Um, oh, did Laylo Schifrin die today? I've been out of the loop. I've been listening to some of the new Springsteen box set. I mean, I tell you, man, whether you like Springsteen or not, my God, his output is staggering. A second box set, his first box set was good. His second box set is 7 unreleased albums. I mean, that's uh, impressive. Well, rest in peace, Laylo Schifrin. Rest in peace, Dave the Cobra Parker. It's really too bad. Um, Streets of Philadelphia, that's a great song. I mean, he got a lot of, like, Janie Don't Lose Heart, that's a good song. No, 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 no. I come tomorrow, that's what I'll do. No, 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 no. What else? There's a different version of My Hometown on it that I like. So, I mean, yeah, 100%. Um, I don't know about that. I mean, Seeger ain't playing called the Coliseum still. Um, but I love the Dirty Harry soundtrack. But Seeger's great. But I, I mean, I'd have to look at the charts. I mean, Seeger technically might have more hits, I guess. But Springsteen, was just that output from, say, Born in the USA to probably Tunnel of Love. I mean, wow, that's his prime. But Seeger's definitely up there. I mean, for American singers. But Bob Seger ain't releasing 7 solo albums. I mean, I thought Kiss was bad with 4 in the same day, but and that's on top of the first box set, which was probably a few unreleased albums. I mean, I don't think anyone rivals Springsteen in terms of material released. Um, so, ooh, feels good not to have back pain. Sixto Rodriguez all day. I don't know who that is. I mean, Billy Joel definitely has a lot of hits. But the thing with Springsteen was his songs didn't really get a lot of radio love. I mean, outside of, say, Born to Run and Dancing in the Dark, um, maybe Thunder Road, a song like Cadillac Ranch never really got radio play, but that's a great song. James Dean in that Murphy 49, Junior Johnson model through the woods of Caroline. He can Burt Reynolds in that black Trans Am. Gonna meet down at the Cadillac Ranch. Cadillac, Cadillac. Long and dark, shiny and black. Open up them engines, let 'em roar. Tearing up the highway like a big old dinosaur. James Dean in that Murphy 49. Alice Cooper's the most overrated musician. I disagree with that, Kip Cass. Uh, if you don't know Sixto Rodriguez, you were watching MLC is meathead of, well, I don't know what the hell you're saying, bro. I gotta be honest with you. Um, yeah, well, I think the dueling keyboards with Professor Roy Bittan and who was it? Final Danny Federici. But now I think it's the old keyboard player from Pat Benatar's band, Manfred Mann. I don't know. I like Springsteen's version better. Blinded by the light, wrapped up in a douche. I was like, what? Wrapped up in a douche? I'm like, what? Devo and the B-52s have a huge. Yeah, I mean Devo. He owns. If you ever walk, I never knew this, but Devo does a lot of the head guy, Mark. He owns that round building on Sunset, the green building, and I guess he's there a lot, just working on sound scores. Tom T. Hall throwing heat. I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. I can't know them all. Yeah, B-52s have a decent amount of hits. I tell you who has a lot of hits. This is the crazy thing. As you guys know, I'm a Kiss fan and friends with Bruce Kulick. And so when Bruce was playing in Grand Funk Railroad, they were playing at like a state fair or something near me. And so I went to go see them. And you kind of forget how many hits Grand Funk had. They're way more than just we're an American band. So, um, yes, Spider Neil Giraldo, who a lot of people don't know, did the guitar solo in Jesse's Girl. Yes, yes. Uh, Alabama had 41 number hits. Elvira, no, that's the Oak Ridge Boys. Giddy up, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, mow, mow. Check out Days. Shelley has the Casio still. Check out Jordan the Lion in the house. He's the one who informed me that the Cobra passed away today. Maybe we should start a underground swell that I should induct the Cobra into the Hall of Fame. Probably a little late, but let's do it. I always thought Dave Parker was the Cobra because the way he wiggled his bat like a cobra. Apparently, he had a big dick. So, King Cobra. Never say die. Iron Eagle. Never look back. Never say die. Mark Free, the singer in King Cobra, is now Marcy Free. So he was the OG Caitlyn Jenner. I did save Bruce. I got my fucking Versace shirt back. That's a fact, Jack Holmes. Shit. I did a little vlog last night on that shooting. I mean, I'm a Brian Johnson guy. I was a little too young to appreciate Bon Scott, but obviously a legend. You know, just because I didn't really know him doesn't mean he wasn't great. You got a Kip Cass. I got it from here. Harold, can you take a moment of silence to honor my emotional state after getting a reckless drive-in today? I don't wish that on anybody in your chat. Well, I can't do a moment of silence, but thoughts on Tom Brady. I mean, silence isn't good for a stream, baby doll. Thoughts on Tom Brady hanging with Sydney Sweeney. You know, I'm a jealous man. I mean, Sydney Sweeney, I think, is really pretty. I mean, yeah, she's got giant tits, but like something about her face. Like, what up? What up? I'm good. T keeps. I mean, you know, he's pretty old, Brian Johnson. I mean, when I saw ACDC recently in Pasadena, he was hurting. But, you know, he's also fucking 80, so I don't like, I'm not holding him to a high standard. I'm reading the reviews for Rat's recent shows were less than impressive. Oh, really? I mean, I've heard good reviews. I mean, DeMartini sounds great. I mean, you got Carlos Cavazo on rhythm guitar. You've got Matt Thorne, original bass player in Rough Cut and early versions of Mickey Rat on bass, and the great Blas Elias from Slaughter. And Piercy's sounds better than ever. But you know, they could have had an off night, I guess. Seen Mick and Keith, not lately. The Human Decency baby doll is right here. I'm the most decent person streaming right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think in a celebrity divorce, the guy always fares better. In a celebrity divorce, because they can just go bang a younger version of their ex-wife, you know. And you know, the girl can do the same thing, but the guy looks cooler. Um, well, I mean, his wife was pretty hot. I don't know if I would say Giselle Bundchen is not as attractive as Sydney Sweeney, but you know, I think Sydney Sweeney is a guy's girl. You know, like that's an attainable girl. You know, and I like take away the fact that she's famous, but um, it's also you know Giselle Bundchen. Most guys would look at that and go, "I can't get that." But you know, you look at Sydney Sweeney and go, "You know, if we were at Hooters, I could get that." Um, um, well, I mean, the Brazilian guy could probably kick his ass. So you know, F1 is a great movie. I don't know. I like Pink Pussycat. I'm going to show that, but I don't know what you want me to say to that. Yeah, I mean, I don't mean that in a despairing way towards Cindy Sweeney. I mean, to me, she's beautiful. But you know, she is kind of just like a girl. You could see it, you know, any Cracker Barrel in Alabama. um, do you give Don Dawkins a pass for what he's been through? What's he been through? I don't know what he's been through. I had to kick Don Dawkins out of Motorhead's dressing room once. He's like, "Oh man, Lemmy told me I could drink his beer." I'm like, "I know Lemmy Holmes. He didn't tell you that." Supposedly, while they were together, she told Brady that she would never want any more kids. Then she was with the Brazilian instructor and had a kid right away. Um, can you just not joke? Huh? I don't know what you're asking me. Waffle. Skaky, get in the octagon. You would chop hard, brother. Fuck that. I'm not a good fighter, and I don't like pain, so I'm not fighting. I'm a lover. Like Billy Ocean said, I want to be a lover, lover, lover boy. Um, like the Patrick Dempsey movie, Lover Boy. Was it Lover Boy or Pizza Boy? That's a funny movie. Only guy Earl would fight is Jeff. I'd kill Jeff. Oh my god, I would love to fucking fight him. No holes barred, 100 grand, winner take all, and I'll cut a check to Rogan so you can keep the money, honey. Um, I would murder Jeff. Jeff couldn't beat me in anything other than a buffet table. So yeah, I mean, you guys love bringing up Jeff Ross, man. I mean, I don't talk about Jeff, man. You guys love gaslighting me, you son of a bitch. I'll try and stream a little bit from AEW in Ontario on Wednesday. That's going to be a long day because not only are they filming Dynamite, they're also filming Collision. That's a very interesting group. I'm obsessed. Was it the bass player in Loverboy got into a boating accident and he's never been seen since? Like, they never found the body. 30 years he's been missing? I just think he didn't want to play Working for a Weekend anymore. Who? I'm sure Jeff was on TV. Oh yeah, I mean, you think about it, when he was accused of what he was accused of, and he's in a Super Bowl commercial. I think I saw him on the Hollywood Squares. I mean, no one else could have survived that. I mean, look at D'Elia. He hasn't been seen on TV since. Um, so, waiting for the pew pew. He is drowned in Marina Del Rey. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, he's protected by some odd fucking force in Hollywood. Oh, okay. Interesting. I did not. I think I did know that actually. Yeah. Well, I mean, Jeff has no hair. I mean, I got most of my hair, and most of it's brown. I mean, I got some grays on the side, but okay. I mean, that's just weird that they never found the body. It's kind of like maybe he's with the guys who escaped from Alcatraz. I don't know. Well, I think the problem. Oh, I think I know the reason. To be honest with you, SC is Jeff was lucky because his stuff came out really at the height, maybe the tail end of the height of the D'Elia allegations. So it just nobody cared about Jeff. Because if you don't watch Roast Battle, which I'm assuming most people don't, if you don't watch the Comedy Central Roast, which a lot of people don't, they might watch the Netflix roast a little bit more, but you really don't know who Jeff is. So, D'Elia was like the hottest guy in Hollywood. I don't watch 90 Day Fiance. My friends are all trying to get me to watch Love Island. I tried to watch 5 minutes of it. It was unwatchable. So we'll do another 10 minutes, guys. Nice, tight 1 hour stream. So D'Elia's episode of You was crazy. I know. I mean, he wasn't acting, but that's why it was so good. Uh, and it sounds like a slam on Jeff, but it's like if you don't like hockey, you don't know who Alexander Ovechkin is. So I mean it in that sense. Um, you have to really um, be into roasting and roast battle. So, oh, thank you, thank you. I heard the Mad Magazine doc is good. I'd be interested to see if they had anything about the movie Up the Academy, which apparently Mad Magazine was so embarrassed by it, they asked to have their images completely wiped from the film. Um, yeah, I brought you into the world of Jeff Ross. See, Jeff, I'm a friend of the community. Uh-oh, baby Lois is up from her nap. So yeah, I mean, it's just Dalia was, I mean, multiple Netflix specials. I mean, Jeff's had multiple specials. So Callan, yeah, he's another reason I don't go to Austin. Just like it's like these comedy clubs have no fucking spine, man. We all know what he is, and nobody cares. So, yes, Lois is just awakening. No, I wouldn't. He's just so fucking gross. I mean, on all, and he does not have a single redeeming quality. Um, but the guy's juiced in. Uh, yeah, I mean, like I said, I know the accuser. I mean, I know her husband more than I know her, but and I've said it before. He is one of the top commercial actors in the world, because he's like the perfect nondescript white dude. Like he could play the FedEx guy, he could play the Burger King customer, he could play the auto insurance broker, he could play the banker. So when she accused him of what she did, it was never about money for them because they don't need money. I mean, I would actually say that the husband has more money than Callan. Um, so, um, that's, but it's the way it is. I mean, he's in with Rogan and the Austin crew. I mean, I will say Austin, I think, is the perfect place for any comic who has allegations or, um, you know, some kind of trouble because people don't really care down there. Fat James, what a shock he died of. Fat James was a LA comic, only guy I know who got bone cancer and got fatter. I mean, he was unbelievable to me. Um, well, I mean, yeah, I mean the Chandler incident. Um, you know, I mean, I'm sure to Callan, she was just a pretty girl hanging out. But like he knew she was up there with somebody. So, and the, the incident, it's like saying, I don't know. I mean, probably not. He's a fucking pig. Um, well, I think, what makes the Austin comedy scene not so amazing is that, and I've said it before on this stream many a time, you've got all these comics who Adam didn't book here. So why would you move to Austin thinking he's going to book you there? Because the mothership is like, it's a great club if you're in with Rogan, but like if you're not in with Rogan, you're not going to get up there, man. It's just a reality. So, um, well, I mean, I've never said anything that Callan could sue me for. Like, I mean, I've never slandered him. I mean, because the fact is, the situation with my friend's wife, it's he said, she said. There's no. It's not like with the Leah stuff where there was recorded phone calls and Snapchats and screen grabs. It's this girl said this. She said he sexually assaulted her. He said it was just a bad date. And knowing what I know about him, I tend to lean on, she literally has nothing to gain by coming out 20 years later. It's not like she's an actress and she's bummed out about her career. She's a successful TV writer. And, the husband makes more money than most. So, 21st like. Well, thank you very much, ex Juggalette Jinx. Jinx Monsoon from RuPaul's. Hello. Uh, he would try. I don't know. I mean, I know he weirdly sent me a friend request on Instagram like 4 or 5 months ago. I mean, I know Jeff would be nice to me depending on who would be in the room. Like with who I had a meeting with yesterday at the Beverly Hills Hotel. If Jeff walked by, he'd hug me or he'd try, and I would literally say, "Get the fuck away from me." So Juggalette Jen. Well, hit the like and subscribe button. Well, you've already hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, baby doll. And if you're ever in the Los Angeles area, free tickets to the Comedy Store. And that extends not just for Juggalette Jen, but for any of my soldiers in the Earl Army. I appreciate you guys. It's, I mean, it's not as hot as it is in Texas, but it's, for LA, it's hot, but you can tell it's starting to cool down. Thank you, TB6791. Come on, man. Live and let live. Jeff, live Earl. I don't, can I get that in English, man? She has a big set. Juggalette Jen, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what she looks like. I once did a comedy show at the Knitting Factory in Hollywood, and in the concert room, there was a Juggalo concert. It was pretty funny to see the two a comedy crowd and a Juggalo crowd mix. Very interesting, to say the least. So, there's that. Now, I will be providing live updates from Wednesday's AEW Dynamite and Collision show. I personally think it's a mistake to film Collision after a 2-hour comedy show. The crowd's going to be fucking deader than Julius Caesar. But you know what? Tony Khan don't really listen to me. By the way, I was in a podcast this week, Marty Jannetty's podcast. I don't know the name of it, but I was on it. So check that out. People were asking me, what big podcasts have you been on? I really haven't been on a lot of big podcasts. I've been on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. I've been on the Adam Carolla show. And those are probably the two biggest pods I've been on. Joey Diaz show. So, is that what it's called? Party with Marty? Thank you. Yes. So it's the latest episode, Party with Marty. Dead Air with Brian Holtzman. I think I've done that a few times. Been on Kill Tony, I think 5 or 6 times. So I do other people's podcasts. And I appreciate you guys tuning into them. Dude, if you wanted English, well, boy, you sure came to the wrong place. I mean, I don't know who taught you sentence structure. It was either Shaquille O'Neal or Moses Malone. But, welcome aboard, Waffles. I like your jib. Earl, you listen to the Wrestling XM radio show? I used to. But my car's subscription of Sirius ran out. And, I really don't miss it. I mean, Marty was awesome. I thought I was just doing the podcast with his co-host, Eric. And then when the Zoom popped up, it was, oh, shit, Marty Jannetty. He was very cool. What do you think of the Kings draft? We can talk a little hockey to end the stream. I don't know who Mike Hawk is. Is he... Earl, weren't you the co-host of Roddy Piper's podcast? I was. Let me go to the LA Kings website, because I want to, I'm a pro. I wish I had a moderator here who I could say, pull up lakings.com or let's go kings.com. So let's see here. Believe they picked into the seventh round. I mean, they did a few trade backs. I mean, these kids aren't going to see the NHL for at least 3 years. Probably the most interesting um, selection was the first defenseman who will be going back to London in the OHL. He's his defensive pairing mate is another Kings draft pick, Jared Woolley. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. And like I said, though, 2 to 3 years. I mean, you look up Jacob Dvorak, the big Czech defenseman. He played this year in Ontario. He's probably going to play next year in Ontario. So in a year from now, would that be the 26-27 season, he might make the Kings. So so when you look at a guy like their second round pick, Wojtek Sihar, 18 years old, 6 foot, 175, he probably won't make the team for 3 to 4 years. So it's really hard to kind of say, hey, it was a good draft, it was a bad draft. Now, I know a lot of people were excited at the number 88 pick. They got Christian Epperson, left wing, 6 feet, 183. So by the time he's 2021, he'll probably be 200. William Sharp, who's this kid? Defense, 6 feet, 195. Let's see, their sixth round pick. Center, 6'2", 185. Fourth round pick, 6'2", 204. Caden Henderson. Fourth round pick, Jimmy Lombardi, 6 feet, 175. So they're drafting bigger guys. Their first round pick, Henry Bruzewicz, 6'2", 203. So, they got some big bodies, which is a problem for the Kings. But, drafting size and, 25 in 2025, like I said, you're not going to see these kids for, till probably 27, 28. So the more interesting thing, yeah, and they traded Jordan Spence. Anyone got a smoke while he reads the stats? Come on, man. Out of control days with Jordan the line. Hey, Earl Barber just texted me. She wants a Winston stat. I don't know what that means. Do you remember the XPW Wrestling League? I think it was owned by SC. Yeah, it was Rob Black. Rob Black owned it. My buddy Rob Black. We are all Chinese in the chat. We all work at the same firm, impersonating the American people. I mean, I wasn't a fan of the Jordan. Who's trying to play me? SC. Are you a yellow lab? Oh, Jesus, you guys are interesting in here tonight. Are you going to meet Kenny Omega? Tweet. I'm sorry. Are you going to tweet Kenny Omega about meeting you in the parking lot again? I might. It's going to be a good Dynamite. We've got Ibushi, one half of the Golden Lovers, who will be wrestling Kazuchika Okada. So this is really the second to last Dynamite in Collision. So I'm expecting some shit to go down. By the way, I will be going to this as a personal guest of MVP. Thank you very much. And I hope Omega's there. I mean, it should be fun. I saw Wardlow posting something the other day, so maybe a Wardlow return is in the mix. Although someone told me he is in the new American Gladiator, so maybe he's done with wrestling. So we'll go a couple more minutes, guys, and then Yeah, I will say hi to Will Ospreay, and it should be all the main players there. Brody King, I would like to meet Brody King. Rocky Romero, my buddy, Rocky Romero, he'll be there. So it should be very interesting. And maybe I'll take a picture with the Hurt Syndicate. Maybe I won't. So I'm excited. Although it's a long night, man, because Dynamite's 5 to 7, and it'll probably run over. So 5 to 7:15, so 2 hours and 15 minutes, and then you got to do a whole fucking collision. But there's usually about a half hour in between because you got to switch out the banners and stuff, and that crowd's gonna be fucking dead for Collision. Take Brian Knobs as your number one. Hey, I mean, listen, Knobs can finally say he has a better body than Luger. Hey, hey. So, oh, did Waffle say something negative about my dog? You son of a bitch. Uh, yes, I mean she does have a partially collapsed trachea, Waffles, and I can't help it. But yes, I will be taking Danny Dangerous, the sound guy from the Comedy Store. Maybe I'll take a picture next to Roderick Strong and pitch him my idea that I'm his father. And of course, I will be meeting up with the inimitable RJ City and his better half, the lovely and talented Harley Cameron. Now, I've asked the Blade to set me up with some women in AEW, and he told me he believes the only single girl is Willow Nightingale. She's kind of cute, but I'm out of the female game, so I'm going to wear probably my Hurt Syndicate thumbs down shirt. I'm going to be a real mark. Last time I wore my Osprey Letterman jacket to Bakersfield, he didn't give me a shout out, so I was a little disappointed in that, to be honest with you. So we'll go another 3 minutes, guys. Get your last minute questions in, get your concerns out, and you know, another night, another stream. We are all soldiers in the Earl Skakel army, and now you guys in 2 minutes and 30 seconds can go to Kevin Brennan's stream. You could go to Karmic X and you can go to the Underverse, and you could just like get it on. Where I do have well, probably one of my favorite wrestling shirts I bought in the last couple of years is a Scissor Me shirt, but with the Hollywood sign in the background because it was at the Forum. Um, TNA, I believe, is more affiliated with WWE, to be honest with you, because I mean Joe Henry was in WrestleMania. I believe in Joe Henry. It's got to be a little awkward though for guys like Dolph Ziggler and Elias, like because now the company they're in is loosely affiliated with the WWE. So I don't know. I can't keep up with these guys. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minute warning. Yeah, Papa Shango, he didn't give a fuck. Put a curse on the Warrior, man. Kind of a dick move. If Do you have Andre's hand shirt? I do not. I do not. But I know what you're talking about. Thoughts on Vince Russo? He was just a fan with bad ideas. Yeah, 100%. That's a fact, Jack. Kip Smith. I mean, if one person asked me a good question, I could, I'm talking a lot and, I could vibe out, but I believe we'll only be going for another minute and 20 seconds. Unless you guys bring up someone that gets my jib going, but hopefully you don't. You down with the clowns? Always extra. Let me look at your uh, channel activity. Oh, you're a cartoon. Okay, well, um, I'm down with the clowns. No, I think Liver King would kill me. I mean, I'm not a great fighter. Where do I get my ideas from? They just pop into my head, like I'll be watching TV, I'll see a funny idea, I'll be, on the internet looking for jokes. Like, let's go on yahoo.com right now. Let's just see what some of the headlines are and to show you how my joke writing process works. So, Jeff Bezos gets married. I got nothing on that one. Jake Paul, fuck that. Diddy and his son hit with gang rape lawsuit. Nothing really too funny about it. I mean, gang rape is it's a touchy subject. Um, the hilarious implications of the Supreme Court's new Porn decision. Now, I don't know what this is. The Supreme Court upheld a Texas anti-pornography law on Friday that is nearly identical to a federal law it struck down more than 2 decades ago. Um, um, Basically required porno websites to screen users to determine if they're 18. So there might be something there. I'm not thinking of anything right now, but um, um, and I've got to be inspired. Um, Maybe the NHL draft. It's like there's might be something there. Like I always make the NFL draft and NBA draft. I'm like, this is like a slave auction with iPads. So, I've got to be inspired, I guess. So, right now, none of those topics really inspire me. Um, yeah, hit the like button. Yeah, 100%. That's a fact, Jap. What up, Richard Swanson? Thanks for joining the line. Did you ever see Neighbor? No, I never saw OJ's weenie. I never saw any celebrity. I mean, I saw Dave Winfield naked once in a steam room at Equinox. He had a pretty big hog. Out of respect for Ski Mask, he had a big piece. And no, I'm not grifting for a Ski Mask money or something. Message hell for review. There are 20,000-year-old cave. There are 20,000-year-old cave paintings of tits. Yeah, I mean, there's something there, like what did cavemen jack off to? I'd really have to think about that one. Although I think I did see Jane Mansfield sunning topless once. She used to live next door to us. But Elvis had the nicest tits I've ever seen. This is Fat Elvis right before he died. And no, I'm not talking about the crocodile on Miami Vice. Yeah, I mean, 22 people in there, almost 30 likes. I mean, it's not great numbers, to be honest with you. But, it's not horrible. Um, we've had better, certainly had worse. So, yeah, we'll probably stream around this time tomorrow night, maybe a little earlier. I remember those Sunday night streams used to be real gassers. When do you think, realistically, the last time Mama Fratelli? I mean, it's been a while. Been a minute. Yeah, I mean, Elvis had those big Elvis banana slice nips. I try not to think about that, bro. Like, I mean, Elvis struck me as more of a bologna pancakes, but it's nice to end the stream talking about an alcoholic pedophile's nipples. I mean, Elvis was a pedo, man. I'm not trying to turn this into a Dabbleverse thing, but like Elvis had threesomes with girls whose age combined didn't get to 21. Um, yeah, I mean, can you imagine how creepy cavemen were? Probably on the level of LA Comics. Hey, that's my favorite Rob Schneider story. One time, I think it's me and it's just me and Rob in his hotel room and Jeff Richards. And Jeff was like, name any celebrity. I bet Rob has their phone number. And I just randomly picked Robert Davi. And Rob calls him and puts me on the phone with Robert Davi. And I was like, and Rob was like, say something. And I'm like, hey, I loved you as Al, the strip club owner in Showgirls. And he's like, put me back on the phone with Rob. So there you go. Yeah, he was the first Diddy, no doubt about that. The Playboy Mansion was on top of an underground entrance to the underworld. I've been there, Moses, a few times. Trust me, I wasn't looking to go underground. That's where all the semen drip to. Hello, hello. All right, you guys. I'm gonna walk Lois. We're gonna have a gay old time. Thank you for the 30 likes, the 22 people in here. Hit the like and subscribe button. We had a few new people in here. I appreciate that. And we'll see you tomorrow about 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Rest in peace, Dave Parker.